Good evening, guys. So I just wanted to come on here and kind of clear a little confusion because I feel like there might be a little confusion as to what I do and what Miss Williams does. I don't work under Miss Williams. I don't work with Miss Williams or any of that. I have my own separate thing that I'm doing here, and she has what she do where she is. She actually works for me. She works for me, and when I first came on and started talking about my experience with deliverance from with her and with witchcraft, I was just merely giving my testimony and recommending her because I know she's the only person that I know that do what she do to the depths of how she do it. Especially in this area, I don't know anybody else. It's just her. And so I didn't want y'all to think that I do what she do because that's not my calling. I don't believe that's my calling to do that in that kind of way, but that's definitely her calling, and she's a very powerful woman. And I don't work under her or any of that. I just merely just send you all over there to her so that she can assist you all with the things that that I can't do at the moment. I don't know if God will call me to that area or not. So I can't really say can't, but the things that she does is totally different than what I do. I'm just a messenger pretty much, and she works for me. So, but for the people that are actually actively seeking to try to figure out how to, get the things that they need in order to get the deliverance that they need and the healing that they need. For one, y'all, you have to outsmart the enemy. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. You have to be able to outsmart the enemy. The enemy is not stupid. He knows that you are trying to get free. He knows that you don't want your life going the way that it is anymore. And like I was saying before, those spirits are going to fight you to stay. They're going to fight you to the depths to stay. And that includes attacking your finances so that you won't be able to get the money to even start it up or anything like that. Everything that you guys are going through with that, I went through the same stuff. And so I had to outsmart the enemy. And the way that I did that is once I actually found Miss Williams, which was very hard to do. And you guys have gotten y'all's time pretty much cut in half versus mine, which took me about 7 years to find her. Yeah, about 7 years, 8 years to actually find her. So that part is already done. That so you guys don't have to even walk aimlessly. I feel like I was just aimlessly roaming around the world trying to find somebody to help me. And so that part you guys don't have to do, but you do have to, if you want to be free, you do have to outsmart the enemy when it comes down to your finances and everything like that. With your moves, you have to be calculated when it comes down to this thing because they are very, very calculating. They are strategic in the way that they do things. They know when you're going to get paid and everything. So I know one thing that I did because I knew that I would get attacked in that area is that I went ahead as soon as I got the money. I went straight to her. Straight to her because I knew that the enemy, that those spirits were going to somehow steal my finances and steal my money so that I don't be able to proceed with my deliverance. I had to go straight to her. I called her as soon as I got some money in my hand. I don't care how much money it was. I went straight to her because I realized that my spiritual health was way more important than whatever it is that I felt like I may have needed at the time. So spiritual health comes first. It really does. That's what I realized throughout this whole thing. It is about making sure that you're spiritually healthy, spiritually aware and sound before anything. That's even over certain bills, y'all. Because if it comes down to lights or something, in some cases, you may have to call and ask for an extension or something like that. Because I realized that when you get an attack like that, it's just worse. It's worse than having a light bill that's due. It's worse. I'd rather it be due than for me to be about dead. So that's the decision that I made. There may be things that you may have to do that is out of your norm, things that's out of your comfort zone in order for you to get free. You legit have to show God that you really want to be free. And that's what I did. I didn't know that that's what I was doing, but I was very hungry for freedom. I was desperate for freedom. I wasn't too desperate, but I was desperate enough for freedom. I knew that I couldn't go to anybody. I knew that, even though I didn't really know anything about certain spiritual practices and stuff like that. So I knew that I couldn't go to anybody, and I was hoping that Miss Williams wasn't the wrong person when I went, but I felt that she was. I could still feel in my spirit that she would be able to help me, and I had faith in it. You know, I put faith in the whole thing, and it worked. So when you show God that you really want that thing, God will make some kind of way, but you have to be able to do something and move around or something. I don't know if it's going to take for you all to move around or something, but that's all I can think about. Is that's what I was doing. I was aimlessly moving around, just trying to figure stuff out. And I had to make the enemy think I was doing one thing, but I was doing the total opposite. And that's why I told you guys they can't read your mind. That's how I know they can't read your mind, because I'd have never got free. Because the enemy would have already knew what I was about to do. He'd already knew my plans. And a lot of times he was calculating with what the moves that I was going to make. But that's because the enemy studies human behavior. He studies us in realms of how we may act, or what decision that we are more likely to make when we are under certain stuff. Like, the enemy knows that a lot of people react the same way, so he figures that you would too. So a lot of that stuff is already sewn up. Like, he already knows you're going to go over there. He already knows you're going to do this, you're going to do that. It's like he knows what happens whenever people are bound in a certain space. And if getting rid of those spirits was as easy as telling y'all to, take a bath in Epsom salt, then I would have been free a long time ago. It wouldn't have went along that long, because it would have been that easy. I know some people get on here and tell y'all to put salt on your doors and all that. That don't work. And it didn't work for me. I was still bound, and I could feel I was still bound. And a lot of people that do this, they still bound. They just don't know it. Just like the stuff that comes in, like I said, it has to be casted out. It has to be power put up on the whatever it is that is supposed to be, or whoever it is that's supposed to be delivering you. It has to be godly power there. It's nothing else that can do it. Nobody else can remove this stuff but God. That's it. Nothing else. So you have to be able to outsmart the devil. And it's nothing wrong with taking a bath with Epsom salt and stuff like that, by the way, because I still use Epsom salt, especially when I work out. I haven't worked out in a little minute, but when I work out, I do put Epsom salt in my water. And I can tell that it's definitely a good cleaning agent as well for your skin and things like that, but it has to be deeper than that. Like, I can't just come on here and tell y'all, okay, well, what else they be saying? Just put holy water or blessed oil on your forehead or something. Like, I don't believe that would work. Just that alone, not just that alone. It has to be God, and it has to be you making moves, because if you don't make the moves, if you don't do certain stuff, it's all about you. Like, it won't be nothing I can do. It's all literally up to you. It won't be nothing Miss Williams can do. It's literally up to you. And nobody can make you make the decision or whatever it is. I wouldn't dare try. I don't try to make people do nothing. I let people make their own decisions. I may speak my piece, but your decision is your decision at the end of the day. I don't try to control people. I wouldn't want nobody trying to control me. I was under control of that for years, and that does not feel good at all. But when it comes down to finances, y'all, you have to go soon. I'm telling you all, as soon as you get the money, don't wait. Don't wait. Now, if you call as soon as you get the money and she don't answer, call again. Call again. As y'all can see, a lot of y'all are already seeing that the enemy will come in, and it will be something. The enemy will come in and just steal your finances, steal the money that you was gonna use to get free with, and then you wondering, like, dang, I ain't gonna never get free just because you probably held on to it for too long. You have to go ahead and do that thing right then. And that's how I did it. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but that's exactly how I did until things pretty much settled down in that area. And then I was able to kind of hold on to whatever I had at the time, and I seen a little steadiness within my bank account and finances. Guys, nobody would have been able to help me if I wouldn't have gotten up myself and moved around and did that work and did the work that I did and do my due diligence. I had to get up out of that bed. And I know it is extremely hard. If you have never been under witchcraft, you will not know what I'm talking about. It's a deeper thing than like just depression. It's deeper than that. It's horrible. When I say horrible, that ain't even a better word, the best word to describe that feeling, because not only are you seemingly bound to the bed. It's like, well, yeah, bound to the bed. You bound to the bed, or if you can even get up, it's just extremely hard to get up out of the bed to even fight in the first place. In a lot of cases for people, extremely hard. It feels more like you're pinned to the bed, like you. And then even when you do get up, you still feel pinned. So, I mean, do y'all know how much strength that took just to do that? It took a lot of strength just to do basic stuff. You know, just to get up, just to move around. And once I seen that they was going to be sending those spirits to my front door anyway, I said, I might as well get up. I might as well just get on about this bed. And I like I said, and once I found out that I had waken up another day, I decided, okay, well, I'm still alive. I have another chance to get myself free. And when I told y'all that I fought, I mean it to the depths of my soul, because that's exactly what I had to do. All pride goes out the window. You're when you're on death row, which is what it feels, which is exactly what I feel like it was. You have to fight. It's no longer all cute and all that kind of stuff, trying to be cute. Ain't none of that no more. None of that. You have to do what you got to do. And it's literally a war. It's literally a battle. I'm not speaking metaphorically. And when I say that it is hell, I'm not speaking metaphorically. I'm speaking that it is literal. It's literal hell. That's hell for somebody to go through. Not metaphorically. I know. I went through every single thing that you guys have emailed me and told me about. I'm like, I went through something just like that. And that's how I know that a lot of y'all, are not lying. The majority of y'all are not lying. Maybe it may have been one or two people that came through just wanting Miss Williams' number just to see who she was or whatever, which I already knew they was going to do that anyway. But I went through those same things in a different environment, maybe in a different way, in some kind of sense. But when I tell y'all, you have to get up and move around and fight, and you have to outsmart the enemy, I had to say it again. I mean that. I mean it. You have to get up and do whatever it is you got to do. I don't know what that would be for you, so I'm not going to make any recommendations because I don't know. That all depends on your own individual soul, and that's something that you have to seek out and find for yourself. It may not be moving and going to college for you. It may not be that, because that was the key that allowed me to meet somebody and then move and then find Miss Williams. So I don't know what it may be for you, but I pray to God that y'all find what it is, whatever it is. I pray that y'all do. You still you got another day to fight. You woke up this morning, or whenever you woke up, you have a fighting chance. Always remember that whenever you wake up. Okay? So apparently God does want you to be free, because he would have went ahead and let those things take you out a long time ago. So keep fighting and stay in the fight. You gonna have to get up and move around, and you're gonna have to do things out of the norm of what you would normally do, because you're not in a normal situation. This isn't a normal situation. This is extreme warfare whenever you're going through some stuff like this, and I can't sugarcoat that. It's extreme. Okay, so you have to get extreme with it, because those things are not playing with you And I had to realize that. It took me a little while. Back when I was going through it, I said, this stuff is just, it's not playing with me. This stuff sending me to jail and all types of stuff. This is not a joke. This is not a game. You know, and so I had to realize that. And I went in war mode. I went in survival mode, war mode. And it took a while for me to come out of that mode as deep as I was in it. And God had to heal that part of me too. He had to tell me, like, Keisha, you not in that space no more. You in a different space now. You can kind of relax. And I'm like, okay, thank you, Lord, because I really did not want to stay like that. I didn't want to stay in war mode all the time in that way, to that degree. But I had to figure out ways to protect myself, because I never knew what that day would bring. And it was always something. It was always something. I got to the point to where I started toting pepper spray and pocket knives. I mean, one time I had a gun, and the person that gave it to me, I gave it back because I was like, I'm not in the mental space to be toting no gun. I've been unshot somebody for real, or either those things would have had me blacking out to where I end up doing some type of self-harm or something and don't even realize it. And it's that deep. You can be, those things will have you blacking out where you don't even remember what you did the day before or said or whatever. So that should be enough to let you know that those things are not playing. They are really there to destroy you, to destroy us. And I know it's kind of hard to grasp for some people, but it's the truth. So whatever it is that you need to do, I suggest you do it. And I suggest trying to get on it today. Like yesterday, all right? Soon as you get some money, as soon as you get some money, call Miss Williams, because it's going to steal it, most likely. And I know y'all know I'm not lying, because y'all already seeing the stuff stealing your money. The enemy is a thief, all right? And it's going to do whatever to make sure you never get free. You got to outsmart him. Okay, guys, I hope this helps. I love you guys. Take care. And if you need any help with this, email me. My email is going to be in the description box. I love y'all once again. Take care. Bye.